We have to trust the Holy Spirit in our dating, in our meeting people, basically in every conversation of life.
So true.
We can know, you can know that He is the one. But remember that just because, excuse me.
No, we're real here, Miss Mary.
Just because you think that He's the one, He may not be thinking that you're the one.
Right.
So it's very important to trust the Lord.
Amen.
Because I can remember my husband told me, God told me that you're going to be my wife. And this was like, this was 18 years prior to us getting married. And I said, well, he didn't tell me anything. You know,
wow. So 18 years. If you're waiting, guys, like testimony right here. Like, it's worth the wait.
It's worth the wait, waiting on the man that God has for you. And there are times that he may be the one, but because he didn't fit this mode, we stray off over here and say, ooh, I like this, la la la. And he may not be the one. But if you continue to trust the Lord and to seek Him, to seek His will, He will bring you back to where He wants you to be. And to start that relationship over again. And that's what God did for me and my husband, Cleo's, Elizabeth's dad.
That's awesome.
He brought us back, you know, to that point. God said that you are going to be my wife and I'm His wife.
That's awesome.
God don't lie, y'all.
Yeah, God don't lie. He ain't gonna lie. What about you, Mom?
Looking back, if I had my time to go back as a young dater, I would really, really work on my relationship with the Lord and examine myself and make sure that I was not leaning on my understanding, but on His.
Yes.
And, you know, it's so hard not to just be caught up in the emotions and he's so good looking and, you know, he likes the same things I like. We have to make sure that we are looking for godly companions.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that we have kindred spirits and that we are on the same page with God and what our views of God. And that there's beyond a shadow of a doubt you will know who the one is.
You will.
You will. Because if you want God's will and He knows your heart, that Holy Spirit's going to lead you.
Yes, He will.
And He's going to lead you to run when you're supposed to run.
Ain't that the truth?
Because that'll happen. I mean, you'll have really, this isn't right.
Yes.
Because, you know, when you're wanting to be in tune, He will lead you. The Holy Spirit will lead you to where you need to be.
That is so true. And I want to encourage someone today. I just thought of this, like, there have been times in my life, and y'all know, like, I love me some Garth Brooks. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. But there have been times in my life where my feelings may mask the truth of what God has for me.
Right. Yes.
And I'm like, how could they not be the one? Like, I think that they're so cute and they're so nice and they're so, everyone loves them and they, you know, they have the qualities that you're looking for. But just like y'all said with following the lead of the Holy Spirit, that may not be what God had for you. That may be what you had in mind. But the reason it's not lining up or like there's friction there is because you're looking at your own desires over what God has.
Right.
And what God has is 10 times better than what we could come up with on our own.
Definitely.
Seriously.
I mean, and as a person that's single, I think sometimes you can get into the rhythm of wanting to want it.
Yes.
And it's not that you actually want this relationship with the person that you're with, but you want it because society or just like traditional pressures and all, you know, other your friends say, oh, he's great, I can see you guys together, and those things can oftentimes mask what God is trying to tell you.
Yes.
Even if you have a list, and I had a list.
I did too, girl.
I had a list that I was checking off, and because you want what you want so bad, you say, oh, well, maybe this fit that, you know, and you check it off, knowing, hey, that's not the same thing, but you can know, you know.
Yes.
You know that
you don't need to settle. You don't need to settle for anything
not.
less than God's best.
Amen.
And I would encourage y'all to make a list. My mom encouraged me to make a list. My grandmother and all of my mentors in my life encouraged me to make what we called a non-negotiable.
Yes.
Like these are things that cannot be negotiated.
Yeah.
They have to have a relationship with God.
First
You
off.
know, first. Like that was
Yes.
number one
Not
on my
after
list.
you've made a commitment. It has to
Right.
be.
Before.
Yes.
Because you'll
Yes.
justify.
Mhm.
You'll say, oh, maybe that's not as important as I
Exactly.
thought. Like, they're so
Mhm,
cute. You know, they're
mhm.
looking good in those jeans today. And I really want to go out on a date and have my dinner paid for. Like, all that, you know. Like,
Mhm.
it gets real. You
Yeah.
know?
Really.
All right.
So good.
Man, that's good. Let's touch on really quick. Is it okay to be looking? It's hard to just sit and wait.
It's definitely okay to be looking, because if you're not out there, how are they going to know you're there?
True.
But in your looking, always remember that you are a child of God.
That's the truth.
You are a light. And what is that light doing? Because we can be looking and looking all in the wrong places. But God wants you to keep your eyes on Him. And as you keep your eyes on Him, He said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean
Yes.
not to thine own understanding, and He will direct your
He
path.
will.
That's so true.
A funny side note, I went to a Christian college as well.
Mhm.
And every morning, me and my roommate would get up, we'd go to breakfast, she'd put on her red lipstick. Say, I might meet my husband today.